So we are now less than 2 weeks ahead of the Power of the Doctor's airing, the massive finale that is not only going to spell the end of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, but also see in the brand new RTD2 era. So there's quite a lot riding on it, with a fair few plot threads to wrap up from across the Chibnall era across a 90-minute runtime. It's basically a movie. So today, I'm going to give you 5 things that I personally want from the episode. Obviously, this is just my opinion. These are just some of the things I would say would be nice to see. This is, of course, assuming that it being good is the default wish. It is, for me, the default wish. We should always hope a Doctor Who episode is good. So, with that out of the way, let's get to it. Tegan and Ace being handled as well as they should be. I grew up binging Classic Who as soon as I was introduced to the new series, and I do mean as soon as I was introduced. I went down the local library the Monday after seeing The End of the World and got a load of Classic Series DVDs. A child me was kinda like an addict. So when I saw that Tegan and Ace were returning for Power of the Doctor, I was extremely excited, but also quite cautious too, more so with Tegan than I was with Ace in fairness. With Ace, she is in the unique position of having, well, many post-survival futures according to that expanded universe. She never got a proper on-screen ending. This is the time to rectify that perhaps. And also the time where one, or none, will be canonized. Though, given her remarks about decades in the teaser trailer, I ain't sure where this is going. But I'm going to assume that the charitable Earth aspect is canon, so yeah, that's one thing. Tegan, on the other hand, she did have a defined ending. So units bring her back into the fold is interesting. My concern this time around is how this will continue on from her ending. Tegan famously had one of the most dour companion departures of all time, with her leaving after a massive amount of bloodshed following a battle with the Daleks. She left because it stopped being fun. So one would imagine a massive amount of reluctance for her before she joins in with the current battle, with possibly the Daleks again, to come. I also wonder why these two in particular were chosen, and I'm speaking purely from an in-universe perspective here. I'm sure all will come clear, but I just hope that the characters are handled as well as they can be. Number 2. The Fugitive Doctor. I make no apologies about how determined I am for Jo to get more time on screen. And obviously that's not just me speaking in my capacity as assistant producer of her new Big Finish box set, that's also as a fan of this particular incarnation. I need more. The thing is, the Fugitive Doctor still seems fairly mysterious and unexplored on screen. So of course, one of my biggest hopes for Power of the Doctor is that it features the Fugitive Doctor in some capacity. Hopefully major, but at the very least minor. I just want something. As this is possibly the last critical time for her to appear, really. In this era anyway, if she can even be cross-era. I don't know how it's going to work, but she needs to be involved in some way. And I am fairly confident that she will be, and hopefully as part of a significant part of the plot. Naturally, we know so little about this episode really, and we know even littler about how everything connects, so it's kind of near impossible for me to even actually make a guess as to what it's going to entail outside what we've seen in the Next Time trailer and the trailer. So all I hope is that Jo is properly involved, because as far as I'm concerned, the Fugitive story is not done. I'll also take this moment to say the Fugitive Doctor comics run, Doctor Who Origins, is actually excellent too. I really recommend it if you want more of this character. She is a powerhouse, and I can't wait for the audio that is going to be coming from Jo as well. So, trust me, we're in for a treat. Number 3. The Master. Sasha's Master is fundamentally a broken man, and that's pretty clear. The Master has never been the most stable of people, but this Master in particular, he is struggling, especially with the revelations of the Timeless Children. So what I want is for that inner struggle to be captured as well as it should be, and his dynamic with the Doctor to have the nuance it deserves, especially in terms of their, relationship. You can accuse this Master of being, generically evil or whatever, but I don't know if I agree about that. I definitely don't, I don't get that. And some might say he's a step back from Missy. But I don't quite agree, because it's clear that, and this is taking the words of a friend of mine, it's like he is an addict to having this lifestyle of chaos and destruction, and this is his relapse. His plan of erasure, if it truly is his plan, is really quite startling too, and reeks of desperation. but that is something that can be just akin to this master. Sheer desperation. I'm really looking forward to what Sasha does with what could be his final performance in the role on screen. Because naturally, he's going to be doing the Call Me Master box sets for Big Finish as well, so that again is something else to look forward to from him. Number 4. The 13th Doctor and Yaz's goodbye. Of course, it being Jodie's final episode, I want her to go out well. I want the 13th Doctor to go out on top form, and I want the conclusion of her story to be a good one, as I mentioned earlier. The baseline, good. Like, it should be something we're all hoping for as a baseline. So naturally there is the matter of her dynamic with Yaz. That needs a good, satisfying conclusion. Whether it goes platonic or romantic, I honestly do not mind, as there is precedent for both. Your mileage may vary, but I think the most important thing here is that they get a fantastic goodbye scene. One that can comfortably allow the characters to part well in a manner that suits the story. I personally don't want Yaz to die. I mean, we already know the Doctor is inevitably going to die. I mean, again. But Yaz should remain alive, or at least have a reasonably okay fate. Because these characters, at least off-screen, have been travelling with each other for a while, even before Dan came onto the screen. I'm pretty confident that Dan is going to survive, mind you, but the more important thing to me is that I just really hope the goodbye between the Doctor and Yaz is a satisfying payoff on their development. Again, your opinion may vary on said development, but if their dynamic exists, they should not shy away from it. Take it to their logical conclusion, I say, because it's something that has been clearly tried to be built up. And finally, number 5, the new Doctor. We need to see him. This episode is in a unique position. Yes, it's a regeneration story, but it's one with a difference. We actually don't necessarily know who we're going to see at the end of the episode. My bugbear? I want to make sure we actually do see someone at the end of the episode. I don't want it to be like a fade out or a cut out. I need to see someone. I need to see Jodie change into someone. That's what I want. So if we get that, that's good, but I think that's crucial. I am not here for like fake outs or blackouts or we just see a close up of the eyes and that's it. No. I want to see a face. But of course, all we know is that particular new face is someone new playing the Doctor or someone old playing the Doctor. And that could either be Ncuti Gatwa or David Tennant again. And I'm not sure who it's going to be. Either way, it's going to be a spectacle, that much is certain. And I mean, it's the second time that the Doctor's regeneration doesn't have a direct through line in the new series. Like, we all knew Tennant was going to become Smith, Smith was going to become Capaldi, Capaldi was going to become Whittaker, but for the first time, we all originally thought that McGann was going to become Eccleston, but that did not in fact come to pass since John Hurt was inserted into the middle. So this time, it's kind of similar. Who will we be getting next? Is David Tennant in the middle between Jodie and Ncuti? It could go either way, because we know that we have at least 3 more Tennant-led Doctor Who episodes to come, and I don't know in what capacity his Doctor exists, whether he is the 10th, or the 14th, or a multiversal shenanigan, so we will have to wait and see, I guess. So, my question to you is, what do you think is going to happen? Will we get David or Ncuti? I'm very intrigued to find out. I'm just praying we get an answer. I don't want to wait any further than the 23rd. But yeah, that's most of the things I want from Power of the Doctor. So, yeah, I guess there's not much to do, but just wait and see. Let me know in the comments below about your theories for the episode, and until next time, see ya!